and talk about your return to Ottawa. Is that in the cards for you, and how difficult will that be?
Well, I have a contract. I'm going to honor that contract. If I'm still a Senator at training camp time, I'll be there ready to go. I'm a hockey player, and I'm going to play the best of my abilities wherever I am. But at the same time, I think we know there's other teams out there that are interested, and hopefully something can get done.
All right, thanks, Dany.
The following question is from Scott Burnside from ESPN.com.
Hey, Dany, I guess I'm wondering if, after asking for a trade out of Atlanta and now asking for a trade out of Ottawa, do you worry that not just your on-ice value, but the questions about character and stability are one of the big factors in maybe not being able to get a deal done?
Again, I think I've been on a lot of teams with Team Canada's. I've played with a lot of different players. I've played for a lot of different coaches. I think everyone that I've played with or played for knows I'm a team guy. Knows I'm a good teammate. I don't worry about that. I don't worry about the question on my character. And again, the two trades have been totally different circumstances. I think coming out of Atlanta was a life decision. It was an off-ice thing. This trade is purely hockey, and I think there's two totally different trades there.
Thank you.
The following question is from Donna Spencer from the Canadian Press.
Dany, why do you think it's taken so long for the Senators to move you, a player of your caliber? Why do you think it's taken all summer to do this?
I don't know. I think I'm confident that I think something can get done. Again, the request stands, and I know that there's teams out there that are interested, and I'd like something to happen.
Thank you.
The following question is from Gene Principe from Rogers Sportsnet.
Hi, Dany. Just wanted to ask you just sort of how you felt about the Oilers, doing what they could to I guess court you in regards to flying out to Kelowna and spending time on maybe convincing you to become an Oiler. Were you ever close to saying, yeah, let's make this trade happen because I'll have a bigger role with the Oilers. They obviously want me, and that's always, I would assume, a nice feeling to know a club wants you as bad as they did.
Yeah, I thought we had some good talks again with Steve and Kevin. But again, it has nothing to do with Edmonton. It has everything to do with what we stated at the start of the trade. We want options. I've always wanted options. I think I need some options in order to make the right decision.
The following question is from Dave Mitchell from CTV.
Dany, good morning. Not to harp on the Oilers too much, but just a two-parter here. Why, in fact, you talk about options for your teams, why is Edmonton not the option? And number two, how do you feel about your public perception? Do you care very much about it? Do you understand why it's taken a bit of a beating this summer?
Well, I know hockey fans in Canada are passionate. I love that about Canadian hockey fans. I love playing for Canada. I love playing in Canada. Again, it has nothing to do with Edmonton. It has everything to do with the options. That's the bottom line. To this date, there's only been one option, and I know there's other teams out there.
Oliver, this is Stacey McAlpine. Due to time constraints, I think we have time for maybe two more questions because we've got this other media commitment.
Okay.
Sorry, Dany, again? You can't say why Edmonton wasn't the option?
No, again, because it was the only option. I think, again, this comes back to the start. I mean, I don't feel I can make the right decision until there are a few options and I can make the proper decision for myself and my career.
So they were never really an option then?
Again, they were not on our initial list of teams that I gave them. They gave the Senators to talk to. And again, that trade. When that trade came up, it came as a big surprise, and and I wasn't ready at that time, nor am I now to make that decision.
Thank you.
The following question is from Don Brennan from the Ottawa Sun.
Hi, Dany. Sorry I haven't had a chance to return your calls this summer. It's been a pretty busy summer. I'm just wondering if there is no trade and you do report to camp, if you're prepared to turn in the assistant captain's A.
I'll be at camp if I'm still a Senator, and I'll be ready to go.
Sorry, you didn't answer the question.
Oliver?
Yep.
This is Stacey McAlpine. Due to time constraints, we're going to have to...
We'll do two more. This is Dany. I'll do two more.
I'm sorry,
okay,
Dany. I didn't
we're going to do a few more questions?
I'll do two more questions.
Okay. The following question is from Chad Pawson from the CBC Radio Ottawa.
Yeah, hi, Dany. I guess my question to you is you signed at what was at the time the biggest contract in Senators' history to continue with the team. I guess what do you have to say about Sens fans about being honored with that contract and then basically deciding that you want to move on? What do you say to fans about being rewarded by the team and then wanting out of town?
This has nothing to do with the contract. I think this is a straight hockey decision. Again, I have nothing against the fans in Ottawa or the city of Ottawa. This is my feeling of a diminished role playing hockey, and I'd like an opportunity to go somewhere where I can play to the best of my capabilities and be the player that I can be.
Thank you.
The following question is from Ian Mendez from Rogers Sportsnet.
Hey, Dany.
How are you?
Just wondering if you could maybe try to characterize the last conversation you had with Corey Clouston. Would you say that it was tense, or was there any sort of disconnect between you and Corey?
I wouldn't say it was tense. I think it was open. I think, again, I gave him my thoughts and my feelings and my opinions, and he gave me his.
Okay, so that's the press conference in its entirety earlier in the day. I guess I have a couple of thoughts I wanted just to throw out there. First, one of the reporters asked if he was going to give away his assistant captain away, and he basically didn't answer the question. And in my mind, I really think he should give it away. I really think that he doesn't deserve, especially the way he's been acting this summer. There was a deal in place, and I wouldn't really care if it was would have been to the Oilers or to the New York Islanders. There was a deal in place, and he nixed it on a stupid thing in his contract called a no-trade clause. I really think that they should relook that trade clause, that if someone asks for a trade, it should be not and void, that they cannot decide which team they go to. But if a team tries to trade him, then the no trade clause would work there. But in this case, he asked for a trade out of Ottawa. And I guess the second point I want to make is that, well, I guess first I want to say that I watched this show called, the radio show called Inside Sports with Dan Tenser on one of the local radio stations, 630 CHED. And Dan really came up with an interesting question. Do the Edmonton Oilers deserve an apology from Dany Heatley? I really think he does. He really does deserve. They really do deserve an apology. The Oilers fans deserve an apology. He still hasn't said why he wouldn't accept a trade to Edmonton. I really think that he. I don't know what. But the other thing that Dan got misguided on this. Apparently, he thinks that none of the that